Hi there, Beer Can Cold Nation. Today's episode is brought to you by Praxis. Everybody talks about the goal: more profit, more growth, more wins. But here's the reality. As average ticket prices climb, it's becoming more important than ever to stay organized and run real systems inside your business. Because the truth is this, the process is just as important as the goal. That's why we partnered with Praxis Software, built around one simple idea: the winning process made simple. From the owner all the way to the newest employee in your team, every business needs proven processes to build a winning culture. Praxis HVAC sales and pricing tool creates consistent pricing, improved product knowledge, and develop team members into confident professionals. And when your people are confident and your pricing is consistent, your business runs better, period. If you're ready to stop guessing and start running a real operation, call Marty and the guys at Praxis today at 678-680-5926. Again, that's 678-680-5926. Or visit them at praxisgroupinc.com. You can also find the direct link in the show notes. Praxis Software, because the process is just as important as the goal.
Hey there, Jason and Jake. Welcome to the Beer Can Cold Podcast. It is hotter than Will's golf score out here today. Cast.
Yep. The last time, sir, I spoke to you. Actually, I haven't spoken to you in such a long time. We've won a Stanley Cup in the meantime. That's how long ago that was.
Been that long?
It's been a minute.
It was all about the Hurricane Coast that had been doing.
Well, today is going to be a special day because we got a great friend here of the show, Jason Harmon. He is with Anderson Heating and Cooling. If I said that correctly, I'm sorry, because my company has changed from heating and cooling to family of services, and I constantly get wrapped on the fingers when I say heating and cooling. So it's a fun day because we have been experiencing an abnormal heat wave, and so we thought we would get it straight from the truck today.
About time.
About time. Welcome, Jason.
Hello.
What up? Straight out of the van. I like it.
Straight out of the van. So, no, it's good. So, guys.
Straight out of the attic.
That's about right, too. Yeah, it's been crazy. We hit a streak of 6 days here in Raleigh, all 90 degrees and above. So it's been pretty steamy. Jason, how's it been out there, bud?
90 plus, 100-degree days, nice and toasty in the attics.
Yes.
Super swampy in the crawl spaces.
That's right. My son is a service technician for us, and last night he was on call, and about 9:30 I got a video of him just walking to his truck and 3 inches of water because it was downpouring sideways, and he's just like, you see the tool bag dripping water. And I said, couldn't you wait? He's like, man, I'm done. He's like, this is number 9 for the day. I'm done. I'm on my way home. He had it. Yeah, we're busy. We are busy.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, welcome everybody, and welcome Jason. So we had 2 people lined up, and so kind of the premise of our show tonight is we just want to let everybody know, hey, it's real live. I know we get made fun of that we're not in the field. JG is from time to time, but we get made fun of for not being in the field, and so Jason is in the field.
Yes.
And one of his counterparts, Jake, had planned to be here, and he texted an hour and a half ago, said, Murphy's Law. And I said, well, the premise of the thing is like, what's it really like right now when the SHIT hits the fan?
Yep.
It's 90 plus every day, no change in sight. And so he literally got called to a job to help. So he said he was sorry. So maybe we can get him back on at another time. But no, we thought this would be cool tonight because I think everybody that's experiencing the heat, that's in the industry, kind of understands how crazy it gets. So Jason, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Bro, why don't you just introduce yourself and give us a little background?
My name's Jason Harmon. I'm from Savannah, Georgia,
Yeah.
originally. Born and raised there. Lived there for about 40 years. Moved here about 5 years ago. um, been in the HVAC field since 1996.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for 30 years.
Nice. Same for me,
Um,
1996.
how did I start it? I didn't.
It usually finds you, right?
Well,
That the industry works.
Yeah,
that's my
yeah.
favorite saying is that I didn't pick it, it picked me.
I didn't get to picking. My
Yes.
my mother picked it, right?
Yes.
My mom worked for a heat and air conditioning company, and basically told me, "Yeah, you're not having a summer vacation. You're coming to work with me."
Yep.
Shit,
Wow.
right? Can we say stuff like that on here?
That one is fine. I can work with that one.
Okay, cool. All right, I won't drop no f bombs. Anyways, yeah. So I started working for her, and literally was just running parts and taking out garbage.
Yeah.
But while running parts, I was stocking shelves too, and pretty quick, I realized what a contactor was, what
Yeah.
a capacitor was, I learned real quick. I picked it up like a sponge, and soaked it all up real quick. Moved into maintenance. From maintenance, I stayed in maintenance for like 10 years or so, but they really wanted to move me into service. But anybody that's been in maintenance that moves into service, most people ain't ready for it.
No.
Yeah.
You're not ready for it
A
at
big
all,
jump.
and you're nervous too. Like, crap, am I going to screw something up? Um, so I actually moved into that and actually was doing pretty good, and then moved me into sales, and literally the rest is history.
Yeah.
But
I think that honestly, Jason, that story is true for so many people. That's my son's story. He was in high school. There is a company right by our house that I was really good friends with the owner, and Grayson started sweeping floors, and he is 19 now. Has been doing this for almost going on 3 years now, and he's looking for his first house. I mean, being in the trades is becoming cool again. People are starting to realize it, and it's the youth is getting back in it, and it is a great, great job. It's a great industry to be a part of. I really think so.
Yeah.
well, any trade really is a
Yes.
great industry to be a part of. But not only that, it's you can take it anywhere you go,
Yes.
Absolutely.
right? So when my wife wanted to move back up here to Charlotte, I told her, I said I could find a job anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and moved up here on a Friday, and Monday I was starting work.
Yeah. No, it's very true. And actually, I went through that right now because we are in desperate need of a couple of good technicians. We have a philosophy. We kind of like to bring them in internally from high school, coach them up. But every once in a while, you're in need of an experienced technician. And we found a really good one. But it was like, it's like pulling teeth. And you guys definitely have the upper hand right now in the hiring process because, you can kind of go somewhere and name your price because there's not enough technicians out there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There's definitely not. If you listen to Mike Rowe at all,
Yes.
he
Big
talks
fan.
he talks about the trades.
Dude,
Yes.
you
Right?
read my mind. I was
Yes.
getting ready to say
Sorry,
that.
sorry, Will.
No, I swear I saw it on Instagram, two of them in the last day. And of course,
he
I
talk
liked
he
it.
talks about, yeah, especially as of lately, right? Like he's been talking about AI data centers and electricians,
Yes.
and some of the electricians, especially, it don't matter really how old you are, but some of the young guys are making 250 easy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Working at these data centers, running electricity for them,
Yeah.
and HVAC, you can make that much if you want to.
Yeah.
Literally, the sky is not the limit. The limit is what you put yourself to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I can't do this. Make the freaking phone call.
Right.
It might happen, right?
Yeah.
No, it's
No,
true. And
when you say that, hang on. I swear I was getting ready to say it for he stole it. He's mind meld here. But I just saw two things on Instagram. It was, I think he was being interviewed by Sean Ryan. And he just said, it's just kind of sad that, you know, there's people out there that don't want to work, and maybe they kind of look down upon our industry. But like you're saying, JG, the perfect example is you have a son, 19 years old, is looking to buy a house,
Yeah.
and we're being told the story that, well, you probably can't afford a house, you maybe own a townhome someday, type of thing, or you're probably going to be a renter for your life.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that? That's crap.
Well, and the thing is, just Will, so that great minds think alike. Email may or may not have gone out last weekend to the micro producers asking if he would grace us with the beer. It's never going to happen. We're not that kind of podcast, but we are very passionate about that. We're very passionate about that specific topic, and I would love to talk to him about it. But even my daughter decided to stay with us full time. So she already has her 2-year degree. What she wants to do in life doesn't need further education. And she started with us in the call center this summer, and she really enjoys it. And so Board Brothers is not her last stop, for sure. But, both of them are working with us now. So it's just a thing. But what the message right now, Jason, because our tech group, we have 14 technicians, and then we have kitchen guys too, and then commercial guys. But the message now, our group is very young, very, very young. And that's by design. And our callbacks are down. All this other stuff is great. The culture is amazing. But what we're struggling with now is us as managers used to be those guys that went out, left at 6 a.m, came home at midnight, ran 15, 20 calls a day, whatever you could fit in. And that's not the culture of the young people anymore. And so to get them to run longer, it's not easy. The message we are currently saying is, listen, it's for 3 months. 3 months out of the year, it looks like this. Winter doesn't even look this bad. So What do you see, Jason? Are you guys seeing the same thing with the younger generation? They're willing to work, but they willing to work with limits.
I think everybody's got their limits, but yeah, it's the culture itself and how they were brought up, not just in school, but
yeah,
nobody likes to talk about it, but politics too at the same time, right? I tell people the dumbing down of this country started with participation trophies.
That's right.
Amen.
That's when it started.
That's exactly right.
When everybody and their mom got a participation trophy just for showing up, that's when skill wasn't a thing anymore.
That's right.
And if we can get back to actual excellence and rewarding people for doing an actual good job, whether they're in the field for 30 years or whether they've only been in the field for 3, right? A good job's a good job.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. I think helping people out, having a good culture is a big thing, though.
Thank you for saying that.
You can't. You can't go nowhere unless you have a good culture. If you got a bad culture, it's a cancer in your organization, and some people notice it and some people don't. Some people care about it and some people won't.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That's not a slogan.
No, you're right. It did sound, but you're right. But, to be honest, that was exactly it. And why we have such a young group is because we fixed the culture. And yes, they still they don't want to run till midnight, but there is this internal competition that's bringing about, hey man, I helped 10 people yesterday. What did you do? Type of thing. And it's healthy. We're in a very healthy place with this group, and to the point where now if somebody steps out of line and start complaining a lot, the managers don't have to do much. It's the other techs that go, hey, come on, man. We don't do that here,
JG, let me say one thing on that. I don't know how many calls that you're running per tech.
We're trying to do 5 to 6 if we can.
Five to 6 is not bad.
Yep.
4 is a great number.
It is.
But I mean, once you get to 8, 9, 10, 12, you're going to cause more issues than happy customers.
It's
right?
normally the on-call guys that'll grab that for a day, and we try not to, but there is such a volume coming in at the moment, and we are a little understaffed. So the on-call guys grab more than 4 to 5. The other guys 4 to 5 a day is where we try to get them out. And then it just depends. Jason, what you run into. You have 2 really easy calls, and then the third one is just one that you're stuck. And you're there for several hours, and it's like there's nobody else to pick up the relief, so you're going to run a little later that day,
Yeah.
I was at one on Friday. It was 6 systems, 3 were down.
Yep.
And I was there for 4.5 hours.
Yep. It's going to happen, man. You're going to run into them. And, you know, it's like explaining that to homeowners that's waiting is not the easy part, you know? So for sure.
No, it's not the easy part, but when you can get a good call, I mean, you should take it, literally every call should be a good call, right? You should treat the call itself just like the winter time as the summertime.
Yep.
Right? If you actually go through the call, like we got a bad capacitor that's out on the outdoor unit, and the unit might be a 2021 unit, I'm not just changing the capacitor. I actually check refrigerant charge, temperatures, and pressures at the same time.
Yep.
There might be other things that are wrong with it, right?
Preach it, brother.
I was at this call just a little while ago, and homeowner complains, downstairs area works fine, upstairs is not working at all. Cool, well, let me take a look at it. It's a zone system, upstairs and downstairs. The zone damper motor for the upstairs failed, stuck closed.
Yep.
I come back downstairs, I told him, I was like, look, we got a stuck closed zone damper motor, but you replaced this unit back in 2016, but the zoning system is original to the house.
Mm-hmm.
So we went from a $500 ticket to like a $3,500 ticket.
Yep, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he bit. He was like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and do it."
Yeah.
Well, you're presenting here's the options, and then this is what you need to do. You know, why would they not want to do that? You know?
All right, I was not going to go there tonight, but since you'll open the door, Will knows where I want to go. Jason, I called him the other day, and I was like, we have to do a show on this because I think.
First off, I do believe in Bigfoot.
Thank you.
We have an order to this show. You guys are really monkeying things up here.
I have to show it.
No, that's awesome. No, what happened is my son ran. Dude, that's the best picture ever. We ran. So Grayson ran two second opinion calls a week ago. They came in one after the other. One came in Monday, one came in Tuesday. And he sends me these tickets. He goes, Dad, what do you think about this? And I'm not going to name the name of the company. We all know them. They're in every city, so I'm not going to go there. The first one, the customer had a busted capacitor. Outdoor unit wasn't coming on. Now, let me be the first to say what we teach our technicians is you start with a busted capacitor. You look at everything. You look at motor amps. You look at everything all the way through because our goal is when we leave the home, we do not want the customer to call us back unless it's for a maintenance later on. That's our goal. We want to take care of the customer. And yes, sometimes we're going to find other things, but then the option is, Mrs. Jones, your Band-Aid for today is the capacitor. However, I also found these couple of things, so I can also clean your coil and replace your contactor, for example. But if you really want to go all the way and get this outdoor unit the way it is, I can do all these things. So here's 3 options for you, and let the homeowner pick. Did I look at this invoice? There was no options, and it read as follow. It was like, found motor start something or other bad, which is the capacitor. And then they started listing things, and they went, this is a gas pack, went into gas valve needs to be replaced, pressure. Like, why are we even looking at the heating side? And I understand, I just said, I don't want to come back, but you're there for a blown capacitor. It's 90 degrees outside. Why are we looking at, there wasn't an option. It's like, this is your total ticket for the day, $3,200. And I was like, well, that's a one-off. It's one rogue tech, right? Sure as that other word, shit. The
Hey,
next,
cool. I'll bleep it out.
the next day he calls me. He goes, guess what? Same company, different tech, because you can see the tech name, and it's like another listing things from the heating components that's not needed on an AC coil. And it's like, these are the people that gives our technicians a really bad name in the field. And I was pretty fired up about it, man, because I'm like, I understand we want to go front to back, but you're there for an AC coil with a bad capacitor. Do what you need to for the AC piece. There's no need. And it wasn't an option thing. It was like, this is your total ticket. It wasn't an option to go, let me go look at the gas. Let me go look at this. It was, this is your bottom dollar ticket. So I'm like, we got to do better than that. We got to be honest and upfront with the customer and tell them what really is needed. And if I'm off base, tell me, but that was just my feeling.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no one wants to pay the money anyway, and this kind of goes into I had on our list of just talking points of, sometimes our industry has a bad or tarnished reputation. People coming out and, it's everything under the sun. And then, you'll read a review like this, like, well, the first company came out and then did what you just said.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you'll see the Google review and it says, well, we had another company come out, second opinion, and they're like, oh, it was only this, and it was just a capacitor, and then the ticket was $400, $500, something like that. And I think the homeowners are very aware of that now, and so that's kind of goes into. I mean, what are you hearing, Jason? From are you coming to new customers and they already are kind of like, they're preconditioned and worried that, like, you're going to go come try to sell them everything under the sun, or I'm sure it's a mixture, but what are you hearing out there these days?
I mean, it's a trust factor. You got to build trust first.
Yes, 100%.
If the customer doesn't trust you, they ain't buying anything from you anyways, right?
Yeah.
But trusting somebody, what does Reagan say? Trust but verify,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, like, I like to either take pictures and videos and show customers, or if I can actually take them to the issue itself at hand.
100%.
I enjoyed customers following me around when I was in the truck. I didn't mind it at all.
No. Speaking of customers following us around, my very first maintenance I did, I don't know, 28 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A customer followed me around the entire time. And, what's the saying go? Fake it till you make it.
Yep.
Right.
You did?
Well, no, I didn't really fake it because I knew a pretty good bit. I didn't know everything, and I still don't know everything, right? But
Sure.
I knew a pretty good bit to get me by. So that was nerve-wracking. After that, doesn't faze me anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of like want to say thank you to that guy for following me around.
That's right. That's right. No,
but the whole checking the heat and the AC on a service call, we don't really do that. Now, when we do maintenances, we do that.
Yeah, this wasn't a maintenance, though,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Maintenance 100%. Let's go for it. Check everything. But this, and then the homeowner goes to my tech, he goes, so I'm understanding that this gas valve needs to be replaced for my air conditioner to run. And Grayson said, no, I don't think so. And the guy said, no, that's what I was told. I have to do all these things to get my AC back on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that right there, that is a tarnish on the company.
Yes.
The technician that's there, but it's not just the tech. It comes from the high ups. The high ups are telling the technician to do this so that you can talk to the customer about that.
Yes.
Right. That's the issue.
Right.
And whenever you're doing stuff like that, that's dishonest, telling people that they have to do this in order to get something to work, especially fixing heating problems to make ACs work. Look, I've been in this field for a long time, and I tell customers all the time, I was like, I love my sleep.
Yes.
I love my sleep.
Yep.
And I can't sleep at night if I tell somebody something somebody else is going to come behind and go, that dude is full of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I know you work for a family-owned company just like we do. Like we're family-owned, and it's a breath of fresh air in our area, man. And I can honestly say we're starting to get to a point where we're one of the only family-owned companies in our area, and we get a lot of people calling us for second opinions, and we're picking up customers because our technicians do their best to be honest. They just like, and they take their time and say, okay, no, this is not true. This is part of the heating. This is part of the cooling. But I was just blown away that it happened so quickly out of the same company, two different technicians. So obviously you're right. It's a message from the top.
Yeah.
It's a message from the top from the guys that have never been in a truck before.
100%. 100%.
They're looking bottom line.
Message.
Yep.
It's a message from equity, private equity guys that have bought up these air conditioning companies that say, hey, you want to go get another quote? Cool. Here's Jim Bob and Shaw's HVAC crew. Here's Tony whatever HVAC company. They own them all.
Yeah.
Go get another quote. It don't matter because we're going to sell it to you anyways. Whether he gets it, we all work in the same group.
Yeah. What are you seeing with the new refrigerant changes? Are you seeing equipment quality have gone down? I think we're experiencing a little bit of that now. The equipment quality is not, it is not what it was 10 years ago. Okay, well, we'll just put this out there. But we're seeing that the new refrigerant, and it's no brand specific, we're seeing higher warranty rates. Is it just us, or are you guys seeing the same thing?
I won't speak to any brands.
Yeah, don't
Right.
speak to a brand, just speak in general.
Look, the quality of the equipment itself, me personally, I believe has come down.
Yeah.
But that right there, that's been going on since like the 90s.
Yeah.
Once they introduced planned obsolescence into everything,
Yep.
right?
Thinner walls, thinner copper walls.
Higher efficiency, more bells and whistles, all this stuff, the Energy Star and everything. It's like the homeowners, if you might be listening out there, it's just like your appliances in your home. They're using some of the same technology, and it's prone to failure.
Will, you got the same bells and whistles at your house. What are you talking about?
I do.
Wait, Jason, are you the guy that does his maintenance?
I don't, but I've been at
No.
his house and I've worked on his system before.
We have a little issue, but I'm gonna look at what it is in my downstairs right now. And, it's pretty hot outside. It is. Hang
Look,
on.
it's not even the bells and whistles, right? It first started with compressors.
Yes.
Compressors failing, right? So my dad, my mom owned an HVAC, my stepdad and my mom owned an HVAC company in Savannah for 40 years. And when my stepdad first started, he sold York, and York was a great brand back in the day. And they
Still is.
were freaking, they were freaking, they were tanks.
Yeah,
Those
they were.
units were tanks, man. I'd go to a 30, 40-year-old unit that's still running, capacitors never been changed on it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Eventually the manufacturers realized, crap, man, these things ain't breaking. We ain't making
Yeah, we
any
can't
money.
make any money. We can't sell any replacement units.
So now they start buying, they start making all this other stuff with a plan in mind to fail. And I get that, right? I mean, everything does have a shelf life. You don't want something to last 40, 50, 60 years. Company would go out of business. But not only that, the parts themselves, our jobs have been shipped off of this country into other countries, and the quality of work for the parts that have been made are turning into garbage.
Yeah.
They don't last.
I just saw a video of a guy here in Charlotte. He posts videos all the time, but he shows a Goodman unit that's 2 years old, and the compressor itself is shorted.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not even a Copeland. It's not a Tecumseh. It's some way off. It's not an LG. It's some way off brand China made stuff. So
it was $3 less a compressor.
Right. And then now you got to go to the homeowner. Yes, of course, ma'am. Your compressor's under warranty, absolutely, but you owe us $3,000 in refrigerant and labor to go do that, right? And so we just did a show.
Wait, what?
No.
Wait, what?
Maybe not that much. I'm exaggerating. I'm exaggerating for effect.
No.
Yeah.
I get exactly what you're saying. Not that much, but the point is.
Yes. I just paid you $15,000.
I just bought this unit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
that's the point.
And the thing is that
maintenance.
Yeah. And
agreement.
We just did a 2 shows, Jason, where we actually talked about extended labor warranties and how there is things out there to help homeowners. But man, we deal with that all day long. And our service managers have to take so many calls from the customer. What do you mean? I just handed you $15,000, 2 years ago. What do you mean I owe you $4,000? What do you mean I owe you $3,000?
This goes back what you've heard me say, and I tell all my friends and family this, that, that system that you had in the home you bought brand new, whatever, that lasted, it was a 10 SEER unit, R22, that lasted 25 years. That's what they're expecting when they come to buy. I know our industry's been talking 12 years, 10, 15 years. They're not hearing that. No. They're thinking, I've had this for 25 years. I'm putting way more money than I ever anticipated into a new system, and it's going to last me forever. And, I never did anything to the old unit, never even had the coils clean or anything. And it lasted 5 years. And then now they buy $15,000, $16,000, $20,000 system. And, if they don't do anything, like you're saying, a couple of years in, something goes wrong.
Yeah. And we're finding people with proper maintenance agreements, getting the units cleaned. coil leaks. These 454 sensors. That's a constant thing. The boards. It's a constant thing.
How many of those are getting jumpered out already?
Oh, big amounts. I guarantee it. And so it's just I'm just sad. Like it's just getting to a point where and Jason, I remember those York days. We sold some really good York equipment. When I did it, and it was some good stuff.
There's a stellar condenser on top of the school. Actually, it's funny. I rode by it, the elementary schools across from my house, and I went and was coming this direction. And I had to turn my head and look. That thing came from the Ferguson days. That was in the freaking 90s.
Yep.
So that was prior to 2000 or 2001, whenever the line changed. But that's the old square stellar condenser.
Yeah.
Up there. Still running. I assume it's still running. Still there.
Jason, here's the one question I would have for you for our youth. You have high schoolers. We have, of course, 15 million high schoolers listening to this podcast every day.
Every day.
Nice.
On rewind.
Can't
get enough of it.
On the Tickety Talks. What message would you have for them?
Hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe button.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I did.
Smash that like button.
I had one of our customers. We were doing a call the other week, and he goes, "Yeah, Will." He goes, "I was on TikTok the other day and saw you on TikTok." He goes, "Y'all have a podcast?" I'm like, "Dude, I've told you, Corey." I'm like, "You know this." It's like people don't listen. He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I thought it was pretty cool." I'm like, "Yeah."
The funny thing is, like, if you correlate the amount of views we get on TikTok versus actually watching the podcast, we're TikTok famous. It's like nobody listens to the podcast. We live in this 10-second society, man. It's insane.
45 minutes.
Everything is now. Right. So you want a message for the younger guys?
Yes.
Right. First off, stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up. Second off, when I turned about 21, I was doing heating and air conditioning work full time, and I worked as a cook in the kitchen, literally almost full time as well. Right.
Nice.
And it was a lot of long days,
But work ethic is a thing.
Yeah. And it was fun. I had a great time doing it, and I probably wouldn't trade it for the world. But the biggest thing was, I talked to my mom one day, and I said, "Mom," I was like, I don't feel like I'm making the money like everybody else is, and maybe I need a raise." And she told me, if you stick with this job and you actually learn how to do this job, you won't need another job. This job right here will pay for everything you need. And she's 100% correct.
Yeah. Millionaires. I mean, it's crazy. I just think, like, you're talking about work ethic, working two jobs full time. I think that's hard for younger people to fathom. But I'll give a shout out to the boys here in Ferguson Enterprises. That's where I started. I had a trainee program, and our compensation was based around 55 hours of work. And I mean, we were there early and we were there late.
Yeah.
And they had something about it. So it was Chip and Danny Wilson who, we worked together.
Yeah.
Danny was the branch manager. Chip was the inside sales manager. And just something about their culture, and they just instilled in you.
Yeah.
It carried with me through the entire, changing careers until this day,
I'll never forget the biggest advice I got. I was doing ride-alongs my first summer. I wasn't ready to go out yet, so I rode with a good friend of mine now. And he said, because I was complaining about pay or hours or how much I work. Well, it's something. It was something. And he said, here's the deal. Tomorrow morning, go into the shop, go to the owner and ask him, how much does it cost him to employ you every day? And so I did it. And they were like, okay, I forgot what it was. And I told him, and he said, now here's the deal. Make sure that every day you make just a little bit more than that to start with. And eventually you'll make a lot more. Don't be a burden on somebody. Come to work every day and produce. That's all you need. And that stuck with me, man, forever. And even now when we talk to technicians, we're like, going through those numbers. And we show it to them, well, why do I have to charge $500-$600 for a motor? Let me show you why you have to charge that much. Because we want to pay good wages. We want to employ you. We want there to be a company for you to come back to, and we want to give you benefits. And so that's the thing, and that's the fine line. And I think that's why I got so upset when I saw those other invoices, because I was like, there's a difference between gouging and running a proper business. And those are the people that give us that try to run a proper business a bad name, 100%. So I think it's legit. The work ethic, and then don't be a burden on somebody. Go earn your keep.
Yeah.
And pay your dues.
Well, let me ask you this, Jason. We've been bouncing around on like what you're seeing out in the field. I think just with some maybe economic factors, everything going on, the price of everything isn't highly inflated now. Are you seeing customers, where maybe a couple of years ago they might have gone ahead and replaced the system? Or are they now looking more at repair options?
Great question.
That's one reason why I got into this company, is because you could either do service and sales at the same time, right? Yeah. So they don't actually have a salesman, which I was kind of leaning towards doing that, but I follow the news, I follow politics, I follow conspiracy theories, right? And
No way.
Oh yeah. But I wanted to make sure that I was in a position where my family was in a position that if literally the economy went to crap, right, I could still actually work on something and make a living. So do I see it? Yeah. There's a lot of, right now I'm dealing with the reactive customers, right?
Of course.
Rather than the proactive ones, right? And what I hate seeing is, oh, let me get some quotes together so I can do my research. First off, it's 90 freaking degrees inside your house, right? You should have been doing research in the springtime, right? We go by people's houses, and if system's working fine, that's fine. But typically anything 10 years older or older, we still provide a quote.
Yeah.
There's your research right there. But when it comes to high prices and stuff like that, whether they're doing repairs or they're doing replace, it really depends on the situation at hand. Some people are like, look, man, I'm only going to be here for like another year and then I'm skedaddling out. Cool. Well,
there you go.
Let's not replace this thing. You can if you want to. It could help you out with the sale of the house. But if you don't want to put that money in, that's fine. Let's just do the repair, right? But then you got other people that, and you're going to have it. It don't matter if the quotes were $5,000 back in 1999 for an AC system, or if they're $15,000 now, right? I'm still getting other quotes.
Yeah, right.
I think that reactive versus proactive thing, I was proactive, but again, I'm weird. I've been in the business. I knew my stuff was coming to its life expectancy. I mean, I know how it is. I needed a duct system and stuff, so I had you guys do it, when it was spring, both times. But it's just hard to get the consumer to go, I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet in April and then put that kind of money into a system. I think, you hit on the trust factor earlier. And, I'll promote one of your fellow guys. He comes and does, he's my maintenance guy. And he was telling me for years, Will, it's coming. I was like, I know, Nelson, I know it's coming. And then finally in 2022, he came out for maintenance in like April, and he's like, you're got a leak. And as soon as it gets hot, that system's going to freeze up. And so I made the move. I knew it was coming, but I was like, I'm not going to wait until the dead of summer when, it's just, you're going to be miserable in your home for a few days, because I knew I needed more work than just a 1 day change out, or a half day change out. So I think, hey, consumers out there in techs, you got to build trust with them, like you said, very quickly, and just be honest with them and just say, hey, you make your own choice here. I'm just letting you know you're on borrowed time. And that's the thing that I think industry lacks in a lot of times too, is they're not communicating on those maintenance visits and letting them know that, hey, you are on borrowed time. And then they pop up and go, hey, you need to replace your system. It's not going to make it. And they're like, well, you hadn't said anything. in the last 3 years to me. Now all of a sudden I need a new system.
Yeah, you got to be honest. Give them the report every time.
And like you said, involve them in what you're doing. You know, ask questions, listen to them.
It's not just giving them the report, right? So in the restaurant business, we call it touching the customer.
Yes.
Right? Where they table touch a customer, they go back to them. Hey, you guys need a refill? Hey, you guys need anything else? Hey, you need this? Hey, you need that? That's what they need to do whenever they're running service calls or whenever they're running maintenances. Hey, I just want to let you know this looks okay, but I found this, right?
Yeah.
Or come back a few minutes later. Hey, I found this, blah, 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 right? That right there, that can actually help open up the customer for more trust in the technician.
That's correct.
Especially if you can show them what's going on.
Yeah.
Rather than just tell them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They may not understand it anyway, but just kind of, the whole thing of like taking pictures or bringing them out. Look at this. Look at this blower wheel. Look how disgusting this looks. This is, you're breathing air that this thing's blowing.
So I have one heck of a thunderstorm blowing in here, so I don't want to lose power and or internet before I ask. We already established, Jason, you're a Bigfoot believer, but I have another question for you today. Do you believe in the lizard people?
The reptilians? I saw one yesterday.
No, you didn't.
It was on TV, but she's definitely reptilian. She's from somewhere. I won't go any further than that.
Yes, there's reptilians out there. Nancy Pelosi is one of them.
That is awesome. Well, listen, Jason, we would love to have you back. We would love for you to be kind of like our stand-in tech when we need one, if you don't mind. It was really awesome to talk to you today.
Yes,
I think very good insight. And, I try to go through my office or in the service meetings every day and just thanking our service technicians for what to do. And thank you for what you're out there doing, because what people don't realize is a surgeon can't, operate in a hot theater, like an operating room. He needs a service technician to make sure that AC in that room is about 62 degrees. So who's more important at the end of the day, So I do feel like we're very important to society, and we do a good job,
And it should be treated like that. And again, I think that's just kind of, we get into this conversation all the time with this kind of it's a multi-generational thing.
That's right.
My kid's going off to college in the fall, and I'm going here, and this and that, and maybe the parent, I went to college, I don't know if it gained me anything in this industry, but it proved I could go away for a few years and sustain myself and do what I need to do to graduate. But I think it's just a multi-generational thing where, my kid's not going to college, they're going to trade school, they're going straight to work for a heat and air conditioning company.
That's right.
We're all a cog in the wheel.
Exactly.
Look, if the HVAC guy can't work without the electrician, right? The plumber can't work without the HVAC guy, right? The doctor can't work without all of them.
That's
you
right.
have to have them. You have to have them, right?
That's right.
So we're all just a cog in the wheel.
But the people out there, again, for all the younger listeners, it's a great industry.
100%.
I just think back I just kind of somewhat stumbled into it, and just how many great people, awesome people I've met over the years, and, conversation included here, and it's been a great business. So many good people,
That's right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, guys. What a great podcast today. Glad to be back. Well, let's not wait 3 more weeks.
I know. Maybe like I said, we'll get another person. In the industry, in the field, just Jason, it's great to hear firsthand, but it's a great testament to the industry that, like what you're saying.
Yep.
Not a problem.
It's been busy. So thank you again, Jason. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're probably done after your day, so thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Phone's ringing, man.
Hey, it's 95 degrees out right now, according to my phone, and on 73 degrees at 43% humidity.
There you go. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Will.
I know. I just jinxed myself. Knock on wood.
All right. Well, we will be back next week. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.